Alright, bit of a waste of time video. What? A waste of time video? No, Gary, what do you mean? Yeah, alright, regular video. Amazing waste is. Yay, drunken whatever, pheasants. This is just so Brett Keane looking in a way. Right, blah, 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 subscribe, blah, 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 I'm gonna smoke it, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's just, and little tiny images of the people, and big screen full of crap. Through the whole thing. I mean, through the whole thing, this thing is staring at you. Get a DP shirt. Like a dress shirt? Yeah, I could at least say t-shirt, right? It's only one more letter t-shirt to type. Only one more letter. You're not really going to sell me a shirt, right? Little alligator. Anyway, so let's do this. I haven't watched it. I had to go bibbling through this whole thing to get here. It was, oh, geez. It was tedious. Anyway, so they're doing some, whatever, they're playing one of my old videos. I mean, if they want to play one of the old ones, well, they should have played the whatever, what was it called? In Denim. Yeah, they should have played the In Denim video. I mean, that was classic. You know, I was creative for a moment because, man, like, you know, I thought that thing, I did that whole video in 4 fucking hours. All, you know, the whole Rocky imitation. It was brilliant. Anyway, let's go ahead.
To do a throwback video, it's in Mendham.
Oh, throwback.
In Mendham.
Alright, in Mendham. Yeah, well, it's good. Throwback is about right, so I can go with that.
What's the title of the video? Most people love it. What's the title of the video, Ben?
It's The Amazing Waste.
Oh,
yes.
That's a great title.
Atheist humiliation.
Yes, it's one in a series of amazing wastiest videos. I really wish you'd work on that word a little. Just let it, just try to come up with a reason why you're just not a big, fat pile of waste. Just a few reasons. Top 10 reasons why the amazing atheist isn't like eating plastic rice cakes with glitter on them. Well, it's not really glitter, right? It's like grease. Yeah, grease and motor oil. Anyway, it's like a laxative.
I remember what site it was on. He hosts those like talks on webcams and shit, and I remember like
he hosts those talks on webcams and shit. Oh, you mean like these kind of rooms with other people in them and they talk? Ah! He doesn't do that anymore anyway.
Witten one out of morbid curiosity, and after questioning him just very lightly for a second, he's like, "Fuck you! Get the fuck out of my room! Fuck you, you asshole!"
I got it right again. Gee, I have a perfect record. I pick them every single time. Guess who's the Jew? No, it's guess who's the asshole, and I get it right every fucking time. Never fail. Right? This is coming from what? Baldy with the sunglasses, right? People wear sunglasses indoors. Too cool for his underwear, right? What's that song? I'm too, yeah, I'm getting old. See, I don't, you know. I'm too something for my shirt. I'm too sexy. Is that what it is? Yeah, well, anyway.
That's his personality.
Really isn't my personality. My personality is mostly pointing out how, gee, humans are stupid motherfuckers. And they eat garbage. Yeah, they feed on the bottom of the character. All the words. Geological. What do you call that? What do you call those geological levels? Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't entirely matter.
Video to the amazing atheists, and this ain't gonna be pretty.
Yeah, got my old green screen. Yeah, this really is an oldie. I have to bring that back. Yeah, people are doing green screens. I have to do my old green screen again. I had one where I just put one right behind my head because it worked better, because the light hit better. See, it's really hard to do green screens. Blonde hair is a bitch. Doesn't like green screens, and orange screens don't like your eyes. So it's really hard to win.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, I mean, this is so polite to, you know, put the big square rectangle in front of the people. I mean, they couldn't cut it off just for the sake of when they're poning people, just the benefit of being a little bit fair. Little.
Boy, the fucking one, you caveman piece of shit.
Are you in a factory or something? What is that fucking noise?
Wow, pwned, right. TJ used to do his videos from his father's garage, right? His father, who's not entirely a crook, who he worked for in the secret garage, whatever, full of SUVs and, you know, whatever, 90-inch TVs. But anyway, he did videos in the garage, and one of these, you know, the In Denim video, which is a response video to some other fat idiot, you know, was actually a challenge video, you know, and the amazing atheist never showed up for the fight. Well, he showed up, but he fell down. Even fake Sagan concedes TJ lost his mind. Yeah, his inventive destroyed him. Turned him into a cowering blob of blubber.
It's behind him.
He needs constant air pressure and flow around him. He has a fucking industrial-sized fan.
Perfume kind of bullshit that he pulled in.
Have you ever seen the movie Mask?
Oh, man. I mean, this joke over and over again. You know, this is actually a compliment. Because, you know, when they made the movie Mask, they didn't want the kid to actually look like the Elephant Man, right? So they constructed him, like, by formula to try to make him endearing and lovable in spite of his hideous condition. So he would be a very sympathetic character, you see. So it's actually a kind of a compliment. It's kind of like saying I'm cute like a kitten. So, so again, you can keep talking about the kid from Mask, but the kid from Mask, guess what? Could get laid easier than you. That's how lovable they made having whatever that tumor head disease thingy is. Elephant Man disease, right? That's how lovable they made somebody with Elephant Man disease. I mean, not only they made Cher his mother, which is pretty cool, but like I said, they made him lovable. Idiots. So thank you. I guess I should have just said thank you. Once again for the compliment. I mean, why'd you do this, puts the lotion on its skin thing? Again, don't I win? I mean, isn't just a little bit cool to be, you know, cool like Buffalo Bill, the skin the bitches guy? I mean, he was semi-cool, mostly. I mean, except for the killing part. I mean, outside of that, he was sort of an interesting character. Good friends with Hannibal Lecter and such.
With Cher.
I was gonna say it, but
Okay.
There was a reason we used to call him Inbred Man back in the day.
No, well, the best one was Fake Sagan's In Bedlam. Okay, so you didn't even get it right. But Inbred Man, well, again, inbreds are usually because something's worth inbreeding. So, me win again. Yeah, really. I mean, real, and you know, an inbred with a ton of hair has got to be all win too, right? Because, you know, most of the symbols of inbreds are like, well, sort of like Fake Sagan, actually. But that's another subject. Well, or Dick Coughlin. Well, TJ, he's got a big fat head. I mean, isn't that inbreeding?
Yo. Alright, it's back on this, you know, vegetarian thing again, this animal rights subject.
Yep.
And
I mean, they're picking on me when I was just a little YouTube kid. I was barely on YouTube for I was like a 5-year-old. They're picking on him. It's okay, though. I can take it.
He just has to be a fucktard about it. He has to just act as if there's nothing that needs to be argued here. Nothing that's...
Oh, Anthony, you're in between a rock and a hard place now.
I don't even know what that means, but oh, he's some sort of vegan. Oh yeah, he's a vegan. He hangs out in the dirty, smelly, flea-infested, peasant, bullshit, drunken, who gives a shit, nihilist, motherfucking cunt room. Yeah, right. I'm sure he takes his "I love animals" very seriously. Yeah, right. It's not about love, actually. It's about respect. But I don't think he has any of that.
Obviously, yes.
He argues against other people's confidence with a confidence that's just preposterous. He calls their belief, their knowledge, their knowing of the fact that there's something wrong with this system, this animal eating animal, this sentient eating sentience.
Sentient
desire
eating,
eating
sentient
desire.
eating. You support murder, buddy. How's it feel, TJ?
It's our life. So again, it just, it's not a complicated subject. Oh yeah, I'm against wiping my ass with other fully invested creatures. So it's just like, well, you just get what you deserve. So, so, I mean, I could say it again, but I mean, you'd sort of say to yourself, well, gee, there was certain memories and images I have of certain things that happened in your life, and I say, well, guess what? I guess that's what your kind of people are pretty much should have happened to them. So maybe it should be father like son. It's the other way around, but same difference.
It's on this is necessary. And he looks at that and says, no, there's not even an issue to discuss. He is so confident.
I am.
You're more reprehensible, TJ.
I'm fucking determined. I'm so confident.
TJ watches factory farm videos and jerks off.
Oh my god, yeah. Slaughter that fucking piece of...
It's effectively true. I mean, you're even worse. You make money off of making jokes about the suffering you gratuitously and in grand monumental memoriam of your magnificence say you're entitled to. And then you profit off of it. I mean, shit. That's called an asshole. I mean, might as well be a child molester that murders. Then we should all just say, well, if he tells a good joke, it's okay. I mean, has a good stand-up routine while he's doing it, it's all okay. Sad, but true. So, yes, TJ's really not the problem. His motherfucking moronic audience and the feeders of him, his enablers. Yeah, they're really the problem. They're really the villains. They're the ones that should, sort of choke on their own vomit and all that kind of shit. I mean, if deserve has something to do with it, that's what they pretty much deserve. They probably deserve to choke on somebody else's vomit.
Shit, cow.
Separate that family. That baby doesn't need love and care.
Oh, yeah, more McDonald's cheeseburgers to make my man titties grow.
You're accusing the Kool-Aid drinker kind of thing. I mean, you talk about the fat pig calling the pig fat. I mean, jeez. Well, sorry, didn't want to really go there.
But, yeah, it is hard to resist. I mean, he has every, you could, and it's just very unfair to pigs. So, sorry. Sorry to pigdom everywhere. Yeah.
You're fat, TJ. Just want to throw it out there.
Yeah, you did want to go there.
Come on. You didn't want to go there. That was the fucking first thing you
He's
thought of.
so emotionally sensitive as a person.
No, I'm really not. I'm probably, as a person, you know, as an emotional person, I can't say I'm worse than you. That would be idiotic. But I'm really a lousy person in terms of my visceral feelings, in a sense. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have feelings. You know, I'm not repulsed by genuine suffering and that kind of thing. But I bet you are too. I mean, I bet if I took you to a hospital, you wouldn't enjoy it, and you'd find it emotionally difficult to watch other people suffering and all that kind of stuff. So we'd probably have some similarities in that respect. So the only thing different between me and the asshole that you are is that I'm smart. And I'm smart enough to look at an animal and understand it has a mammal's brain, and understand that mammal brains produce the same kind of conscious experiences that I kind of produce. They have wants and desires and needs, and they feel pain, and they suffer, and they need comforting, just like a kid in a hospital bed. The trauma happens, and I'm just smart enough to know that, and just that knowledge makes it impossible for me to be the asshole that you are. So the only difference between me and you isn't emotionalism, it's character. It's intellectual character. You're just a dumb fucker. Yeah, that's the difference. Me smart, you really, really stupid. Sensitivity is something, you know, built out of character. You can't respect something if you don't understand what it is. And you're too stupid to understand what other human beings are and what other sentient mammals are. Because you're dumb. And you're mostly dumb because you're so involved with your gastric enterprise. You know, you can't get over yourself and your own ego. That you can't see it. Everything's censored. The world is censored to you when it doesn't say TJ often enough. Like if TJ isn't in every paragraph, if the story isn't about you, then you don't think there's a story. But there's a whole bunch of stories, and they're really important stories. But you can't understand or see them or read them because they don't have TJ in every paragraph. Pwned. Yeah, fuck you. God, I just owned your dumb ass. Fatty. Yeah.
The fucking first second he saw you, he's like, he noticed you were fat. He's like, fucking fat piece of shit. You know that's what he fucking did.
The funny thing is, this guy's like a big anti-natalist and shit. Like, the whole philosophy is basically whining about, why was I ever born? I never...
It's really not about why I was ever born. I mean, if you could just make a bunch of me's, I'd probably say it's all okay. But it's a bunch of thems that are the problem, and especially the thems that have it, you know, get the really short straw, like kind of like your penis. Yeah, they get the short penis, and they become petty, obnoxious, needy, little monsters because of it. Become little tiny people inside big fat bodies with little tiny dicks. Yes, I think I pwned you again, fatty. Yeah. Micropenis, 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 micropenis.
Consented to be born.
Are you joking? He buys into that shit.
Right. So, again, the metaphor could be, you know, sluts, like his mother. Sorry. But, I mean, what kind of dumbass, right? She married a real winner. You know, and hatched some real brilliant pieces of crap. But I mean, this whole idea of just laying eggs in shit. Don't fix anything. Don't take responsibility for what you're doing. Just lay fucking eggs, like a lizard, or a snake, or a spider, with your little pile of eggs on your butt. And that's it. So again, it's again this intelligent thing. Intelligent things say, yeah, you don't lay eggs on piles of shit. You take responsibility for that thing. You don't drag something into your world and say, you're gonna like it. I wonder if you did that to your dog. Were you smart when you had your dogs that you loved? Did you force your dog you know, to eat or smell your butt or something. To chain it up, force it to eat the gruel, and felt perfectly satisfied with yourself? I don't think you did.
Yeah, that's his, like, oh yeah, he thinks it's like this big, esteemed philosophical position that should be respected and shit. I mean, instead
No, you know, whatever, this whole respect thing, what you have to do is make a rational argument, going wah, wah. That's not called a rational counter-argument, okay? So, again, you think you have a right to create living things, to experiment. And you have no capacity to fix the ones that come out completely wrong or have disaster happen to them. No way to correct it whatsoever. And you're okay with that. So if you had a kid and it got paralyzed at 4 years old because of some whatever, you didn't make sure it didn't happen, right? Maybe not entirely your fault, but just enough. Just 50% your fault. And you're saying you don't have enough character to say that would really fuck me up. You don't get it. You can't understand. Huh. Yeah, you really are dumb, aren't you? Oh, I keep forgetting.
It ought to be bad, but I would.
Ah, there, okay. More baby talk. Yeah, that's okay. You win. Baby talk jokes. Yeah, I won't do that because, you know, it's embarrassing. Yeah, that joke just doesn't work. I mean, from my perspective. Small penis kind of stuff. People with big penises just can't imitate babies. But they can imitate morons. They can do that, okay? It's me, Ed. Yeah, I'm still here.
oh, poor you.
It's like, okay.
It's just a sad state of
It's like if you really hate it that much, then fucking kill yourself.
There, yes, that's how you solve all the problems in the world, by killing yourself. You hate something? Kill yourself. That'll fix it. Mothers who killed themselves to spite drunk driving. Yeah, is that how it works? I mean, it actually might have worked that way in the past. You might actually have gotten away with, like Gandhi. I'll kill myself if you don't play along. That might have worked, but nowadays, yeah, that just... Everybody will just sit there and have a raffle for who can pick the exact hour of your last gurgle. So, yeah, it just doesn't work anymore. So, no, I don't think I'll kill myself. I think I'll live, and I'll point out how you are smelly, and you are stinky, and you are stupid. And I think that's what I'll do instead. Yeah. And I'll wish that you get what you deserve.
He's not doing that, so how he must not be that upset he's alive.
But he gets on this whole...
Again, that's just so logical. Right. You're born, just kill yourself so your defeat can be complete. No, that doesn't make any sense. No sense at all.
whole thing about cannibalism, because he just blows up, you know, he takes this guy's clips and takes them out of context, repeats the clips. I mean, really, this is not fair use in my opinion. It's fucking...
It's a response video, DJ. You had clips in your video. You took little, you quote mined people and responded. That's what you used to do.
Around, all right, for your convenience.
He might think this is not fair use either.
Points in
No, that's not what the rules are. Fair use to make rational commentary. Now, to say you're making a fair commentary on somebody else's opinion when you deliberately quote mine them and then combine clips to make people say things they didn't say, well, you can't really call that fair, can you? I made him say something he didn't say. That's fair use. No, it really isn't. I think... Well, again, this is another one of those intelligence contests, right? When you don't understand that it's not fair if you misrepresented somebody by actually deliberately distorting what they said, then I guess you're stupid. If you don't understand that's not fair, then you're stupid.
Text, and he's making the point that effectively it's cannibalism when we eat other animals. I took my shirt off just so people appreciate we are made out of flesh. We are related to those animals. A lot of
related to. Related to. So, I mean, okay, if we're cannibals when we eat animals, are lions cannibals when they eat animals?
Yes. What, you think the standard changes? Lions are really dumb, you dumbass. You don't know that lions don't go to grammar school or high school? They never acquire language, the most important feature in the acquisition of knowledge. Lions don't know what the filaments in light bulbs are made out of. They don't know that greasy floors can make you slip and fall on your micro penis. They don't know any of that shit, you dumbass. So, yeah, they do things that if they knew, if they were informed that the other animals were sentient and they were just as invested in their lives as the lion is, the lion might be able to say intelligently, logically, shit, I don't want to play this. Okay, I'm going home. I'll find something else to eat. Where is the peanut butter and jelly? Okay, I can make myself a sandwich. And I can chase it around the backyard. But I don't really need to cause something harm. They could figure it out if they were intelligent. Micro penis, micro brain. Everything else is fat. Yeah, so, yeah. I guess that's the way it was. Physics. Equal and opposite reaction. Right? Small brain, small penis, fat belly.
Oh, Brzee.
Physics.
And shit, too. Are they cannibalistic lions?
Oh, shit. You know what they ship?
Yes, by its very nature. I'm just saying the word cannibalism can be extended to understand that you're just stealing stuff from something else of equal blah blah blah, right? So if I steal the parts from another car and, well, it's the same model but it really isn't the same year and it's a different paint color and it's, you know, a couple other little features have changed, well, you know, we can understand that, okay, but it's still cannibalizing the parts. You're stealing something we know what it is to have. We know it has a welfare, a condition. It's invested in feeling okay. And you scare it and torment it and then torture it and then snuff it. For what? Your Happy Meal. And you're going to mock me? Pwned.
The common ancestor, TJ.
So what?
It's cannibalism.
So what? Yeah, okay, that's the answer to I take, because I'm worth it. I'm worth stealing from other sentient beings. Everything they're invested in. Their welfare. I don't have to inject them with morphine. I don't have to use any technology. I can just be a brutal, vicious taker. And you're proud of that. You're perfectly comfortable with that. I take because I'm worth it. Even though you really, if I asked you to write on a blackboard why the fuck you think your suffering is more important, I don't think you could say anything intelligent to defend your presumption that that's the truth. Your comfort isn't more important. If you think it's okay to lock a pig in a stall, then I think it's okay for some alien to lock you in one. And maybe that is a fantasy, works for you. But I think if I made it real, I think if I got to some nerve that means something to you, you could understand that you wouldn't really want to be controlled by something else and have your fate decided by it. But whatever. Get what you deserve.
It just makes me upset.
All life on Earth is related.
Again, so what? Again, this defense from nature. That's all he's saying right now, right? That's all he's saying. That's just the way it is. It's a circle thingy. Mostly has something to do with the circle that is my mouth and my ass, and that's the circle. And there's nothing else that really matters except my circle, and everybody else's circle's irrelevant. Like your penis.
It just makes me upset because there's so many stupid vegetarian arguments.
Yeah, like what? Why don't you name a few of those, Mr. Glasses and the inside guy? I mean, I love when people, they just make statements and they just say stuff, and then you're like, why don't you defend that? Why don't you actually point out all of that, asshole? But no, they just make these generic statements. Let's finish this up.
And I mean, I am vegan and vegetarian. Just makes me feel really bad.
This is your ilk,
depressing.
bitch. This is your
I know.
fucking ilk.
I know. Well, hey, all those people who are voting for Trump eat meat too. So there you go. Eat that. Eat that one.
Whatever that means. You think Trump gives a shit about anything besides Trump? I don't even understand why you brought that up as a reference. If Trump's vegetarian or supporting vegetarianism, he's only doing it because of it's an advantage to Trump. So way to miss the subject entirely.
So what?
So
And
we
you
share
can have a steak.
98, 97, 96% of our genetic code with these animals. That's where we came from. Atheists understand
Pretty much the only
that.
animals we share that much genetic code with are, our nearest ape ancestors.
Yeah.
And
Right, and we inject them with horrid diseases for our selfish abuse. But I'm just saying, it doesn't, you're going to make this the argument now, right? What's the distinction about what percentage? And I suppose the argument could be what code is related to basic function. I mean, the code related to things that we should be able to understand don't matter, like whether you have more of a sense of smell than more or better eyesight, or you can hear different frequencies. I mean, we could argue that if we extracted all the percentage of the code, that it's completely irrelevant, like maybe how much hair is on their body, or whether they have fur or hair, those differences, then we could basically understand that it's a minute difference in terms of anything involving sentience. It's a very small change in the brain that is the difference between a human being and all these other mammals. A very, 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 very tiny difference, and probably has everything to do with our very slow maturation. These animals have to be born, and they have to be ready to go the very hour they're born. They have to be ready to play. And quite obviously, we're not ready to play. For some of you holders of the micro penis, it might take many decades for you to be ready to play a civilized game.
we're not eating them. Maybe some people are. I've never eaten chimp. I've never eaten bonobo. I've never eaten baboon. I've never eaten orangutan. I've never eaten gorilla.
Yeah, well, again, the argument is exploitation for selfish human purposes. I'm just saying in that category it's a perfectly good enough reference. And for the sake of argument regarding what the DNA that matters, okay, 2 legs good, 4 legs bad, or whatever. Reverse that. It doesn't matter. So again, just kind of negate the argument with this technical nonsense. Thank you very much. Great, fantastic. Okay, you got me. I should have said, we are in every important respect fundamentally identical, and certainly a 7-year-old or maybe a 5-year-old child isn't any more in the game than a lion or its prey.
Maybe, sure, I'm sure some people somewhere have.
Bushmeat, yeah, some people do.
But I've never eaten it, so whatever. I never had a gorilla burger. I don't know.
All right, but you've had plenty of pig product, no doubt. Pigs are smarter than dogs. Why do you treat dogs okay? You treat pigs like pigs. Why do you do that? Rational reasons? Or will you just concede, no, it's completely irrational, and just has to do with what I like to use? And maybe you should just make the argument publicly. Maybe just state publicly, if dog tasted good, I would eat dogs. I just say it. Dogs were a little bit uglier, and they tasted good, you'd eat them.
If I turn one down, though, maybe I would appreciate it, Might as well see what it's like. You don't get that offer too often.
Eat a beast burger instead, TJ.
All right, here.
Yeah, so go ahead. Yeah, right. But might as well see what it's like. Why, you know, so you want to participate in it? You're worth it, right? So to put $5 in your pocket, you take the syringe and stick it in the gorilla and give it cancer for $5. Yeah, right. You suck. Yeah, you just really, again, and this doesn't take any kind of emotional character. It just takes logical character. You just have to be a little bit intelligent and a little bit honest and not a complete hypocrite and liar. And just admit, no, I understand how that would be really, really obnoxiously rude. To inject a gorilla with cancer for $5. That's just fucking rude. Stupidly rude.
Some penis video that someone sent to me.
Penis.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Guys, so today I'm going to talk about penises. And what is penises?
Did she say penises?
What happened to me?
Today I'm talking about penises.
Hold on, let's hear it again.
Guys, so today...
Gee, that was totally rude.
Bitch. This is your
I know.
fucking ilk.
I know. Well, hey, you know, all those people who are voting for Trump eat meat too, so there you go. Eat that.
I
Eat
got
that
totally
one.
ripped off.
So what?
So what?
We share
Could have a steak.
98, 97.
It's really cool though to get
96%
followed up by a
of the genetic
penis,
code
so
with these
that's
animals.
okay.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't know how that
I
happened.
never had a gorilla burger.
I never had a gorilla.
Dead,
burger.
TJ.
Alright.
All right, here's some penis video that someone sent to me.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
so
Awesome.
so that's all you
Today
get
I'm
for an
going to
argument,
watch-
right? So we could just figure out. I got to like, what I get to argue there, right? So it's 3 against 1, and they gave me, okay, what? 60 seconds? Yeah. That's stinky. Anyway, so yeah, way to go, penis girl.
Penises. And
Penises. Penises. I like that. I think I'll go with that. I think I'll get a T-shirt. I has a penis. Yeah, it makes it sound longer. Penises. Like you have lots of them. Metaphorically, I probably do. Spirit penises. I have abundant spirit penises. So anyway. Okay, so I say what? I win. No doubt about it. I won. Just totally slaughtered and all that shit. So, good. So till next time. No, God, I really don't like these people. I really don't. I gotta get that jizz guy to do this show. Snarky, whatever his name. What the hell's his name? Shit. Some kind of 3-letter thing, isn't it? I can't remember his name. Anyway, till next time. Such. So forth and